has more to test than anything. So, okay, let's go ahead and refresh. 3 manager, yeah, 2K. I'll have to look into that. Wow, now I'm going to be an even higher D than anyone could imagine. Okay. And in any case, what say we toast? Man and Deputy Secretary Kincaid discussed all manners of things for the first time in 17 years, and despite the difference in their positions, they both shared the paths their lives had taken in that time. We're surprisingly diligent for wanting to catch up on things with me after all this time. I wouldn't be able to do my job if I wasn't, though I was not aware you had gone through all of that after dropping out of school. I tried to have my contact search for you back then, but nothing turned up. Wait, you looked for me? Yes, Elaine had Renee ask me to. You may not have shown it, but even Renee was concerned after you... Oh, excuse me, up and vanished. I had no idea. You feel bad about what I put them through, but still, I'm surprised Renee would go to you for help, even if it was Elaine's request. That makes two of us. In retrospect, I think that might have been the only time you ever asked me for help. Speaking of Renee, I kind of figured you wanted to talk about him when you invited me out for drinks. It's not that I don't think about my son and the current administration's trajectory due to age, but my son is who he is. It's no longer my place to interfere with his life. However, if you wish to discuss something with me regarding Renee, I'd be more than happy to listen. Nothing in particular, I guess. I'm curious about a lot of things. He's always made vague insinuations. Regardless, I plan on at least keeping an eye on him in my own way. And that as long as it works for you. At the end of the day, I just don't think he's been really changed. Did my stream drop again? What is going on? I guess we'll see if the dual streaming thing is working, if that's causing issues or something else is happening. He still gets annoyed when I call him by his first name. Ah yes, he's always had his hang-ups about its gender non-specificity. Not that I think he actually hates his own name. If anything, I believe he was rather fond of it before he moved to Orossion in his youth. Now, that's a surprise. His mother was the one who came up with the name Renee. She passed away before we moved, you see. She had in her head that we should name our child Renee, regardless of whether the baby was a boy or a girl. I think that what he hated was how his name was made fun of by others. Damn, starting to feel guilty about all that teasing I did. Don't let it bother you. Ultimately, it is a matter of how Renee himself interprets your words. Yeah, well, I don't think it bothers him that much these days. Hell, even Elaine calls him Renee all the time. I think you're right. A girlfriend he brought home once called him by his name, and he seemed fine with it. Actually, speaking of girlfriends, did you hear he broke up with his last one back in spring? I believe she was his third, as far as I'm aware. His third. That means he must have had one I didn't know about. I imagine so. His second girlfriend was originally a colleague of his back at the Department of Internal Affairs. So I recall correctly, they started dating about half a year after he was employed, but after his transfer to the CID, they broke up. Back when I was away then. I had no idea. He's pretty quick with letting people in and out of his life. He treated his breakups like they were no big deal. He's real pragmatic. Never been the type to fixate on people, I suppose. Still, he's always treated his partner sincerely, as far as I can tell. I'm sure he has his own thoughts on the matter. No, excuse me. Yeah, nothing gets by you. That's what I'd usually say, except this time I'm one step ahead of you, pal. Father. Yeah, he said he wanted to chat since he hadn't seen me in a while. Here to join me? Since I'm already here and all, I'd be happy to keep drinking if you make the trip. course not. All we went over was the prodigal son's criminal record. He didn't even ask me anything about the actual ritual. And so, after an unexpected conversation about Renee with Deputy Secretary Kincaid, then Matt back up with Agnes. Okay, let's see. What time did my wife text me? 3:46. 56.